I don't even know what to say.
Right? Just reflect on that for a minute.
I can't.
I'm surprised I was able to read all that.
So wait a minute.
Hmm.
They're claiming that God never tried to kill all of us, except he did that before. Except for like one, and that was Noah with the ark. He flooded the rest of the planet.
Well,
And he also did that with
let's
the
just
dinosaurs,
say
which
let's
were
just say
technically
this
still
has
his creation.
let's just say this is nothing like related to the Bible in any way. Well, it's just a story, but let's just say it's not. It's just related to there being a God and him
Alright,
creating
yeah.
the world.
Okay. That makes sense. God damn.
Oh man.
Oh, jeez.
So it's like we were able to see a different perspective of maybe how God thought.
Yeah. So I was pretty spot on when I said this sounds like God creating the world in 7 days. At the beginning. Because that was clearly what it was.
Oh my God, so many mazes.
I know. Where are you right now? Oh yeah, you're in the rocket place, forgot.
Yeah. I found a rare candy. Sweet.
Yeah. I have like 4 right now, I think.
You want me to read another story?
Sure.
Okay.
I have a couple, but I'm like trying to find something. And I'm not sure how good I'd be able to read it and do it at the same time and continue recording.
Yeah, I think it'd be better if I just read it, so you can still play.
Okay. The other one I want to read eventually. Whoopsies. Because I like doing a creepy voice with it. I'm trying to find the soothe bell for people that are watching. I'm not sure if it's like attached to one of these computers.
Yeah, and that story, whenever I read a story like that, I mean, that was the first time I read it.
Just question
Man.
existence.
I'm just like, it just gets me thinking, you know?
Yeah.
Hmm.
That
Alright,
wise
let's see.
man. He was fucking wise, man.
Okay, here's,
You see what I did there?
Alright, yeah. God damn it. Alright. Alright, here's 5 stories, you pick one. Just another night. Why I didn't shower for 21 years.
Not
I
that one.
found a girl I know in a porno.
Not
The
that one.
strangest security tape I have ever seen. I wrote a book called Pen Pal. Thanks to you guys, it's... Oh wait, that's just a guy saying he wrote a book about one of his stories.
So one of them was weirdest security tape
Yeah.
I had ever. And then what was the first one again?
Why I didn't shower for 21 years.
What was the one right after that?
I found a girl I know in a porno.
Not that one. What was the other one?
What's trigger warning mean? Hold up.
I don't know. Whatever, let's just do weirdest security film thing I've ever seen, because it sounds scary. Soothe Bell. PokeMMO. I have to Google this, because I don't...
Oh, trigger warning is like if you have like memory of sexual abuse or something. Okay, so let's not do that.
Okay.
So strangest security tape I've ever seen, or why I didn't shower for 21 years.
Let's do the security tape.
Okay. How long is this? Hopefully it's a short one.
Okay, so I have to get the...
Oh god, it's long. Actually, it's pretty
I really
short.
have to get the item finder? I don't even know if it's possible to use the item finder. Hang on.
Okay, so this is real.
Whoa,
This seems like a real story.
Okay. The one that I was gonna read was also real.
Okay, so let's see. Alright. Are you ready?
Sure.
I work at a gas station in rural Pennsylvania. It's a boring job, but it's pretty easy and it pays alright. A few weeks ago, this new guy started. I'll call him Jerry. Or Jeremy. Jeremy is weird. He's about 25 or 26, and he hardly speaks. But he's got the creepiest laugh I ever heard in my life. My boss and I both noticed this, but it never seemed to be a problem. So there's not much we can do about it. Customers have never complained about him, and he's done a very well job. Man, why can't I read? Up
Come on, man,
until a
get it
few,
together.
I'm just really tired.
Yeah, I
Up
know.
until a few weeks ago, anyway, that's when things were going. That's when things started going missing. Employee theft can be a problem at any business that sells consumer goods, and there's
True,
only
true.
one person working at a time at a gas station. It's a pretty small place.
Pretty true.
About 2 weeks ago, my boss started noticing that we were short on motor oil. At first, it was a few containers at a time, then entire shelves and boxes from the back room started missing. Pretty soon, the entire shipments would be gone the day after we got them, and it would always be right after Jeremy's shifts.
Shit.
My boss,
After Jeremy's shit.
my boss had checked
Sorry.
the security camera tapes from every single night he worked, but could never catch him in the act. Jeremy would lock up at closing, and the motor oil, goddamn, would be gone the next day. My boss usually takes the tapes home with him to try to catch Jeremy stealing, but his daughter had a softball game last night, so he asked me to watch the tapes for him. He offered to pay me overtime under the table, so obviously I took that offer. There are 3 cameras, so he gave me 3 different tapes to check. I figured it would be a long night, but I'm trying to save up for a vacation, so I really needed the money. I took the tapes home,
That's a perfectly
popped
good
them
reason.
popped them in the VCR, and sat back. 2 days ago, the last time he worked, Jeremy started at 4 p.m. Everything seemed pretty normal at first. He counted up his drawer, switched off with the girl who was working with him before, and waited for a customer. The first person who came in was Mrs. Templeton. The time strap on the video reads 4:03, a regular. She picked up her cigarettes and newspaper and paid it with the 20, nothing unusual there. The next customer was some local guy named Ron. He drives a motorcycle, usually comes in every few days. He filled up his tank, got a bag of beef jerky, paid with his credit card, and then left.
Nice.
Next was some guy with a cowboy hat. I'd never seen him before, but we get plenty of strangers passing through, just like any gas station. He got $40 worth of diesel fuel, paid with a $100 bill, and went on his way. I sat back inside. The only thing more boring than doing his job is watching someone else do it. My boss was enough to keep me watching though, so I left the tape on. Everything seemed pretty normal. I had a feeling that if Jeremy was stealing motor oil, he knew we were suspicious of him by now. I didn't expect him to be dumb enough to let us catch him on camera. Things stayed boring in the routine until about 5 o'clock. At 5:03, Mrs. Templeton came back in. She must have forgotten something, but she didn't. She bought the same pack of cigarettes as before, and the same newspaper, and she paid another 20. That's odd. I thought, but then again, But then again, she's a little absent-minded. I thought Jeremy should have told her she already got her smokes, but it's not against the rules to tell somebody the same thing twice. That's when Ron came in. He bought another tank of gas for his motorcycle, and I later checked the outdoor camera because I thought maybe he had another car he wanted to fill up. In the same pack of beef jerky, he paid with his credit card again. No big deal. I figured it was just a weird coincidence. Mrs. Templeton is forgetful, and Ron probably owns more than one Harley. That's when a guy in the cowboy hat came back in. I felt a chill run down my spine. Don't get the diesel. Don't get diesel. Don't get diesel. I found myself whispering to my empty living room, but he did. He got $40 worth of diesel fuel and paid with another $100 bill. Every move he made was identical to his first, right down to the way he scratched his nose before he walked out. Either this guy is rich or owns a lot of trucks and just moved into town, or something really bizarre was happening. I kept watching. Every customer for the next hour was the same as before, every single one. I was seriously freaked out. And then at 6:03, Mrs. Templeton walked back in. She bought her cigarettes and newspaper and paid with a 20 again. I thought I was going to lose it, but then I watched another half hour before I started fast-forwarding through the rest. It was all the same. Every customer would come in at the same exact time, so he wasted 2 hours. God damn. Exactly 1 hour apart. Now I know what you're thinking. That sneaky motherfucker Jeremy must have messed with the tapes. He had
Yeah,
run a
that's what I was
loop on the first hour of business over and over. That wasn't the case. There are windows around the cash register area that the cameras cover, and I watched the sunlight fade as time ran on. Jeremy's routine didn't loop over. He swept, mopped, restocked, and did all his duties exactly how you would expect. But the same customers kept
Poor
coming
Jeremy.
in. I was panicking at this point. Something was seriously wrong, and I was seeing that Sorry. Where was I? Okay. I fast forward one last time to about midnight. At exactly 12:13, out of nowhere, Jeremy Face pops up in front of the camera.
Wow.
I don't mean his head moved into view. I mean this one more second. That 1 second the store was empty. The next his face was all I could see.
Dun, dun, dun.
He wasn't looking at the camera. He was just looking at me. I was sure of it. I screamed and fumbled for the remote. By the time I grabbed it, he was gone. Just as soon as he left. One frame he was there, the next he wasn't. My hands were shaking like crazy, but I popped in another tape. The other indoor camera shows the back area at the cash register, and I would be able to see how he got to put his face in the camera like that. I skipped ahead as well, but there was nothing. I would have been able to see him standing on a chair or something on the tape, but he wasn't. I didn't see him enter the store at all after he left. It was like he wasn't really there. He doesn't know the security code, and no alarms were triggered at that night after he locked up. What I did see, however, at 12:03, the motor oil vanished off the shelf, all of it, same as Jeremy's face. 1 second it was there, the next it wasn't. I turned the tape off and went to bed, but I didn't get a wink of sleep. My body is exhausted right now, but my mind is racing. That type was undoubtedly the creepiest, most disturbing thing I have ever seen in my life. I work in a few hours. My boss asked me to bring the tapes back in and let me know what I found, but I really want to know what the hell I'm going to say. Jeremy works the night shifts tonight, directly after me, and the plan is for my boss to come in before I leave and confront him with me, as I'm supposed to be the one who caught him stealing. I have no idea what I'm going to do. I suppose I'll have to show my boss the tapes, but I don't want to watch them with him. I never want to see something like that happen again. I can't even imagine Jerry just smiling directly into the camera out of my mind. It's the creepiest look that I've ever seen in a human being's face.
Again? Jeremy?
Jeremy.
That's so funny. Jeremy.
Anyway, I'm going to try to get some last minute sleep before I have to go in and deal with this, so I'll let you guys know what happens. Alright, update, 2:49 p.m. Updating from my phone. Apologies in advance for errors. My boss just finished watching the last of the tapes. I told him what to expect, but you really can't prepare someone for something like that. He's scared shitless. I am too. And Jeremy is due to come in at 4. We've got a little over an hour to get our shit together, but neither one of us knows what to say to him. Is he just a fucked up guy who likes to steal motor oil and scare the shit out of people, or is he something else? I don't know if this is crazy, but does anyone think he could have anything to do with the time loop? My boss said he never noticed anything like that in other tapes, but the way he popped in this one made me think he knew I would be watching. It's like Jeremy knew he would be watching. It's like he wanted me to see what he could do. Like he was showing off or something.
Wait, was Jeremy there at the time?
No.
Oh.
The way he smiled in the camera was like a little kid showing you a sandcastle they just built.
Mama, look what I made! Is that creepy?
Yeah.
Sorry. I didn't mean for that to be creepy.
We have to calm ourselves down and figure out how to handle this. I'll update again tonight, but have no real sign.